Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I missed last week's upload. I actually started filming it and then I think I just ran out of time. We had to go out and then by the time I come home the light had gone, so I never finished what I was doing. So I'm gonna carry on with that this week. What I was aiming to do last week, because it was payday for me, I was doing a check-in, a cash stuffing to set up for the month ahead and just showing you a new system I'm using. I've always done cash stuffing physically. I do have digital pots, but I've never tracked them in a sense of I've never represented them in my purse or my binders or anything like that. But in the interest of making these cash stuffings a bit more interesting, I'm going to start showing the digital money that I stuffed with some placeholders that I've made. I did show these over on Instagram, but I'll show you them properly here and talk about how I'm going to be using them. I'm also going to be stuffing some money into my Christmas binder because that was on my list. I stuff in there every month. So that's going to happen as well. I did film, as I sort of said, I did film some of last week's video. So I will insert that footage at the beginning. That was just me checking in for, what will it have been, 2 weeks ago now. So I will insert that and then I will check in for the week that we've just had. So I've just zoomed you in to talk through what I spent last week. As you can see, pretty spendy. Last week I filmed on Saturday and I didn't spend anything, so I need to put a no spend sticker there. But I'm a bit out of sorts because I'm trying to work out the best day for me to film, and I think Saturday is best, but I reset my budget on a Friday ready for the weekend. So I'm always a bit behind, but that's where we are. Let me find a no spend sticker for Saturday. I think I just stayed in last Saturday, actually. I know Nick, my other half, was out in the afternoon. So yeah, I think I just stayed home with the dog. So that was a no spend. Let me find the stickers. One day I'll be prepared and I'll have them ready, but that's not now. Right, no spend. Oh. Okay. No spend. Why? I can never get these off. What I should do. Right, let's try it like this. There we go. Okay, no spend last Saturday. I've forgotten about that, so that's quite good. Sunday, I spent £21.92 in Lidl on groceries. Then I spent £18 in Sainsbury's. This was fun money. I've got the wrong colour. This was fun money. I bought myself some Halloween pyjamas. So what I might actually do, I was thinking about this, is I might take out, if you remember, I completed At the Patch challenge in my Halloween binder. And that had £16 in. So I might take that out to account for this, because Halloween pyjamas, that's what that binder should be used for, shouldn't it? If I remember, I will put a picture in so you can see them. I love them. I've not worn them yet. I picked them up on Friday because I did click and collect. Can't wait to wear them. I'm going to wear them tonight. My sister's coming around for dinner, so I'm going to wear them then. I've just realised that's really annoying, isn't it? That I've just stuck it the other way around. But Monday, as usual, stopped for petrol on the way home. That was £25. Now, Tuesday was payday, and payday happened. I spent £20 on ASOS. This was on a top, a t-shirt. Why are t-shirts so expensive is my first thing. I used to have a bit of a problem with shopping, and I haven't gone wild with shopping for a long time. In fact, I haven't really bought clothes for quite a while. And now whenever I look, things that I would buy, and you know when you've got an idea in your head of how much it's going to spend, things seem to be crazy prices. Like I wanted like a fleecy jumper, and they're like £40. I don't know what's happening to the prices, but yeah, £20 on a t-shirt, more than I used to spend on a t-shirt, but it kept going in and out of stock, and it was back in stock, and they didn't send me the notification that I signed up for. So I just happened to go on there on payday and it was there, so I figured that was a sign and I had to get it. So £20 on ASOS. While I've got this pen out, I spent £16.40 on Just My Look. I needed some heat protection spray for my hair, so that was that. £4.45 in Co-op. Don't know what that was for particularly. Probably, again, Pepsi. That definitely would have come out of my work fund. And then £3.80 in Tesco, which I really can't remember what that was for. But there's a Tesco around the corner, so I imagine it would have been groceries. That was. Then on Wednesday, speaking of fleeces, I found one on the Next website that I bought. That was £30, and that is like the lower end. Beyond, I've got a fleece from Primark, to be fair, but that's like the cheapest. Even New Look was expensive, and I was thinking New Look that's a crazy price for New York. I think I found one that was £40 odd, but £30 on Next. Again, that came out of my fun budget. I've collected that fleece and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep it. I'm having a think. Oh, same colour again. Beauty, I bought my night cream from Boots. Everything runs out at once, doesn't it? I really need some new shampoo and conditioner. I'm just eking out the dregs of what's left, because when we go through in a bit, you'll see I gave myself £50 for Beauty for the month, and it's pretty much all gone before I've begun. So that was Boots. £5 on Etsy. I was watching Budget with Bliss's video, and she was showing Little Moon Budgets had sent her, I think she sent her a box, but in it I saw that she had the October mystery tracker, and it was some little ghosts, and I thought it was so cute, so I went and bought that. And then £5.50 on Sainsbury's. That was more yeah, it came out my fun budget. It was more sort of for home. I bought a candle and I used my Nectar points, so that cost me £5.50 on top. Thursday, £7.75 on Co-op. I had a really bad headache and just didn't feel great at work, so I bought a meal deal and something else, but that was in Co-op on Thursday. Friday, went to collect the pyjamas and bits from Sainsbury's and picked up like a ready meal. It's these pasta kit things. That was £4. And then I don't know what I'd forgotten, but I went round to Tesco's when we got in. That was more groceries. And then yesterday, I'll check in for yesterday. Do you see what I mean? Like last week I didn't do Saturday, but today I'm filming on the Sunday, so we're just a bit all over. I spent £8 in Sainsbury's. That was to get some bits for work, so that came out of my work budget. Then I spent £10.20. That was on food for the cats, so I was out of that budget. That's why I've split this up. I know it's a bit silly because they're both Sainsbury's. And then £3.95 in Tesco. So that was everything for this week. Not a great week, if I'm honest. I think I really do need to be better at not doing Co-op all the time. You're going to get so sick of me saying this, but also with my groceries, I think I need to, I just find I can't get everything I need in Lidl on a Sunday, so then I have to sort of top up in the week. I'm also really struggling with meal planning. Like, it really bores me sitting down and thinking about what we're going to eat for the week. So yeah, that is something that I want to be more conscious of. Yeah, we'll see how that works in the future. So if everything just went as planned, you would have seen me check in for 2 weeks ago. I will now check in for last week. I do need to start by saying, very sadly, my cat Coco, we sadly had to say goodbye to her last Monday. So yeah, pretty upsetting. I mentioned her in a video a few weeks ago because she was in the background. Basically, she had cancer. She'd had it a couple of times before and they'd successfully operated. This time, it was some growth in her chest and her lungs. Sorry, I just had to stop filming there and take a moment. Anyone who's had pets or has pets or is an animal lover will know how heartbreaking and horrific it is saying goodbye to something that has been part of your family for so long, or any length of time for that. We had her for 13 years and we were at the case where we knew she wasn't going to beat it this time round. It was a case of monitoring her, making sure she still had quality of life and was still happy and not in pain, and that changed unexpectedly last weekend. So we had to make the call sooner than I expected, if I'm honest. But yeah, I won't dwell on talking about it because I will find myself getting upset again. But I have spent quite a lot of money this past week as a result. You'll see it in the check-in, but it's not like I haven't gone crazy and spent money stupidly, but I have bought a lot of pictures and frames. We lost our dog. I think I said, have I said it in another video? We lost our dog earlier this year, and amongst other things, the main thing that I think helped me to cope was we got lots of pictures of him printed and framed and put up, and even now it brings me comfort to be able to see him. So I wanted to do the same for Coco, our cat. So that's where a lot of my money's gone this week, as you will see. Apologies for all of this ramble, but I'll zoom you in now and get on with the check-in. I talked about it, I think, in last week's. I'm all sort of all over the place because I filmed on different days, and actually today when I'm filming is the Monday the 28th. Hopefully this should go up on the same day. I've got this week off work, so I did my shopping today and we had people round, so that's why I didn't film yesterday. So I'm all out again, but I just thought I'll just draw a line. I will just check in up to today rather than trying to remember in my head and do it next week. So yeah, it's kind of more than a week's worth of checking in, but here we are. As usual, Sunday before the one just been, I did my food shopping for the week. That was £20 and 12p in Lidl. I've also got another spend in Lidl here. They had, in the middle of Lidl, I bought something as a present for someone. So I'm going to highlight that in yellow for miscellaneous. That has come out of my gift fund, and I'll talk about that in a bit as well. You'll see how I'm now going to start trying to track that, but I'll do that in yellow for miscellaneous. Monday I got petrol as usual, £25. And then, as I've said, we said goodbye to Coco on the 21st, on the Monday. I was off work on the Tuesday, so that was a no spend. I didn't do anything, understandably. Just yeah, that was a no spend on Tuesday. Wednesday I was back at work, but again didn't spend anything, so another no spend. It's quite nice. Now Thursday is where things all went a bit wrong. So I got some pictures printed from Tesco. This money came out of various different pots. We were meant to have book club on the Tuesday, so I had money set aside for that because we just go to Nando's, but I had money for eating out. I didn't use it for that, so I've sort of pulled money from there. Where else did I pull some money from? I pulled some money from the funds for the cats, their pot. I'm trying to think where else. Various odds and ends is where I took that money from. So I'm just going to capture it in the fun. Well, it's not fun money at all, is it? But I'm going to take it out of the fun / beauty because that's kind of my disposable money for me. So I will, yeah, I'm just going to do it as fun, which is ironic, the word, but it's not fun at all. But anyway, £1.50 on Tesco. I got some prints made up. Apologies if the light, the zoom level, the angle, if everything's changed. My light just flashed and then just turned off midway of me talking. So I've had to take an extended break and recharge it. So the light outside has officially just gone. Every week I think to myself, make sure it's charged for the video. And every week I overestimate how much charge it actually has. And I think, oh, it'll be fine. And it was not fine. It just turned off midway through me talking. So let's carry on with the catch up. So on the Thursday again, I spent £52 and 12p on some wellies. I take the dog Wilbur to work with me, and there's a field that I walk him around before I then go into the office. And even when it's just like the dew on the grass, I wear trainers, they get soaked, my trousers get soaked, then it's just really unpleasant for me for the rest of the day. So I bought some wellies to try and stop sitting with soaking wet feet all day at work. So that was £52 and 12p. I don't know if I probably could have got them cheaper, but I also didn't want them to be rubbish and just fall apart. So we are where we are with that. Then my first spend in Co-op of the week was £2.70, again on Pepsi Max. So that was that. £4.90 in Sainsbury's. That was on some moisturiser that I needed. So again, I'll have Fun and Beauty for that one. Then I had a refund of £30 from Next. I don't know how I'm going to colour that in, but that was this, I don't know if you can see, this top that I bought here from Next. I returned, it just wasn't right. So £30 came in. I'll figure out a colour system for that and do it in off camera. Then £19.42, as I said, on some more photos got printed. I got some square ones. A lot of the ones that I wanted printing were really old photos of her that were from Instagram, so they were square size. Tesco wanted 60p per square photo, and I think I got about 22 of them or something, which would have cost like £13 from Tesco. So I got them from Photo Box, and they cost me like I think £2 something in the end for them all. I got various different sizes of photos, some bigger ones, and then it was £8 delivery, which really pains me, but still cheaper than obviously doing it all from Tesco. So that was that on the Thursday. Then on Friday, I bought some frames for the photos, £19.44 in Homebase. They were something like 20% off. And then I signed up and got a 10% code for signing up to the newsletter. So that was for 3 frames that can fit four photos in. £12 from M&S. That was on some more frames, which I need to collect tomorrow. Actually, I did click and collect for those. And then whilst on my way home, I stopped at Tesco's and spent £3. What was that on? I think that was just on some groceries. So yeah, £3 in Tesco's. And then on Saturday, £11.20 in Sainsbury's. That was on groceries. £6 in IKEA. Guess what? That was on some frames. And £5.14 on Snapfish. That was also on some some prints that I got done. And then £5.10 in Tesco's yesterday. That was on something for lunch, but that was unbudgeted. I'd spent my money for the week, my groceries money, so that was actually unbudgeted. Basically, I've said it before, I do £15 digital. You'll notice this week I'm all over the place. Sometimes I don't transfer the money across from my Starling pot in time, and then I don't have Signal in Tesco, so I'll pay it on my card. And then if I've done a couple of those, I just transfer the whole £15 over and just figure I'll cut my losses. That's what I've spent for the week. But I know for a fact I spent this on my card because I just didn't have the money there. So yeah, unbudgeted for that. £6.45 today, if you can see that. I'm just gonna, as I said, carry on. £6.45 today. That was on groceries. Again, if I'm honest, that was just a random one on my card, so we're going to unbudgeted to that one too. And then £20.82 in Lidl. That was in cash, and that was also on groceries. What I'm going to do now is see what's left in my purse. I've just realised that I think when I recorded last weekend, I think I went through my purse and saw what was left. But obviously I've taken it out and I've put it into my binder, because what's left in my purse I'm going to put aside and do a game day sort of savings challenge binder video at a later date. But if I'm honest, I also think I've got muddled. This is the problem. I don't know how other people do it. If you get paid midweek, for example, and this is my problem because I was out by a week or so because I didn't film. But I got paid, I took all the money out, and if I don't instantly stuff it, I just get myself so muddled. Because when I checked the money ready for this video, I should have had £15 for something, and I could only find £5. And then when I looked through my other binder, I found £10 in a random envelope, which, again, this is my doing. I think I stuffed it there. I think, if I'm honest, I stuffed it there for another reason. But either way, it worked out okay. So I've taken that to be the 15. You'll see in a minute. I do still have money aside for the savings challenges, which I was putting. So what I'm trying to say is I emptied my wallet last week and I don't know where I've put that money. So we are where we are. Looking at this week and what's left, I've moved the ring light over, so hopefully this light isn't shining so bright on these, because it was really distracting when I was editing. In fact, let me just check. I think we're okay. So Beauty has nothing left. I didn't stuff anything in. Again, we're going to talk through this in a minute. Eating out fun. All empty. Groceries had £10 left from last week, so I'll put that to one side. What I will say, actually, that's probably the most pointless thing I've done, but as you've just seen, I went to Lidl today and did some shopping, and there is £10 left. So I'm going to put that in just so I know next week that that's the £10 left. And there was £5 left in petrol. So that's £15 rollover from last week that will go into a game day video later. Again, I've got some change in here. I think I've got like £2 something. But I'm going to keep that in there just in case I need change when I do next food shopping or petrol. Moving on to the cash, this week to stuff, I've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15. £115. That's going to go in various places, as you'll see. And then, as I sort of said, I'm going to start showing you what I stuff digitally. I'm probably just going to do one stuffing of digital money at the beginning of the month, because that is how I do it. Otherwise, I will get lost in my bank account. It will just get swallowed up and all over the place. So what I'm going to show you is some placeholders that I made. I have bought placeholders in the past. I've got some from the Budgeting Bear, and I use them for when I've saved up a certain amount and then transferred it to the bank. But obviously this is different, and this will be for the money that I'm stuffing. I don't tend to have many sinking funds or anything like that. It might be something that I look at in the future, but I don't necessarily have that. What I do have is, I guess you'd call them short-term savings, because they're things that I save up for ongoing, just to make it easier, so it's not a lump sum coming out when that's due, as everyone does with their savings, don't they? But yeah, so I wanted these to look more like money to represent that. So yeah, I did show them on Instagram, so you've probably already seen them, but I've made these notes and I've put holographic foil on them, not foil, laminate on them, so I love them. But we've got the £5 here. This has got I don't know if you can see that. This has got Wilbur on it. So this is the pup that comes, he's not a pup, he's 1 next month. But he's the guy that comes to work with me. So he's on the £5. Bittersweet, we've got Coco here, my baby Coco, on the £10 notes, if you can see that. So Coco on the £10. We've got her sister Bo. Oops. Sister Bo on the 20s. And then something I've always thought when I see people doing these placeholders for this purpose is, what do you do when you don't spend a round amount? Each to their own. I don't know what people are doing, but for me, I wanted to show that. So say I had £20 in there and I spent £16. I wanted to be able to show that in my binder. So what I've done is these extra ones, which has Dudley. So Dudley was our old dog who I think I mentioned we lost earlier this year. And Dudley has this strip here that I'm going to write in the amounts when I've got an odd number in there. When I did this last week, I did begin doing these, so it made a lot more sense because I hadn't depleted some of my envelopes yet. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. What I'm thinking is quite a few people were very kind about these on Instagram, so I may start listing them in my Etsy shop. They won't be with my animals on them. I'll probably do them custom so people can put pictures of whatever they want on the notes. Or, I mean, if you want my animals, you can have them. But that's something we can to look at in the future. But just to let you know, they yeah, that's something in the future. If you do like them, let me know, because I was just sort of weigh it up. I probably, if I'm honest, won't do the shiny overlay, just because sticking down laminate, those what is it called? You know when you used to like wrap your books for school in the sticky back plastic? A couple of them went a bit wrong. I just saw one earlier, this Dudley one, it bent a bit, so it's just a bit too fiddly for me to then be selling them to people, because I just think I'd be wasting so many. But yeah, we'll be using them today as well. Right, what I think I'm going to do is go through my purse and represent some of the envelopes that I have in here. And then what I also did was I made some envelopes for one of my binders that I wasn't really using. It's a bit grubby actually. And that sort of represents the pots on my Starling bank account. So I'll go through that afterwards. So to start with, we've got the beauty one. This got, I think it got £50 this month, but I bought some face cream, some moisturiser, and some heat protection spray, so there's nothing left in beauty for the month, so we'll just skip that. Eating out, as I mentioned, I pulled some money from there. That should have got £25, but I pulled some money out of there to pay for the frames and the pictures, so there is £9.51 left in here. So I'm going to use one of those Dudley notes, like I said, and I'm just going to write in the gap that there is £9.51 left in there. This isn't a great pen, but I've lost my thin Sharpie, so it does the job for now, but I probably will smudge. So that was eating out. Fun has got left in my Starling £30 and 20p. So what I might do, rather than use another Dudley, is I might do a 20 and a 10, because that 20p isn't going to get me very far, is it? So yes, that in there. Groceries, as we said, has got the leftover. Petrol is getting 30 in cash for the week. I normally top up my petrol on a Monday, as you will probably have seen, but I'm not at work this week. So what I think I'm going to do is possibly just roll that over to next week and top up to, it'll be 60 in there, and then I'll just see what I need to spend. So yeah, that's that one. Moving on to this binder, as I said, I'm going to use this for my pots on Starling, just to represent what's in there and what gets topped up each month. And these are sort of my shorter term savings, I guess you could say. You'll see when I show you them. What I need to do is probably go through and work out what is in each pot already. But that's probably something I'll do to get ready for next month's video, because I've not done it now and I'm filming on my phone, which has the Starling app on, so I can't show you. But anyway, let's go into this. So I've got Botox is my first one. Yeah, I think I said I made these envelopes last week. Making envelopes is not for me. It's a real pain in the bum. But I made these a bit jazzier with this, again, holographic sticky paper stuff. But anyway, I digress. Botox, that gets £15 a month. So let's do a 5 and a 10. Days out, so this is what I'm going to do. I talked about it 2 weeks ago, I think. Tickets that I'd bought. That's going to get £15 going in there. I'm going to do that in 5s. And I've got this golden ticket cash but cute tracker. I feel like I'm just fangirling over her every week, but yeah, I need to work it out what each one of these needs to be. That's not hard maths, is it? Let me just do that now. Right, it's not, it doesn't work out exactly, but I think I'm going to do each ticket is £5, then that'll get me to 60, and I think I need £54.50, so I can just have that as a bonus one. So there is 15 going in there, and I will tick them off camera. I'll just double check that there's not a better way that I could do that, but £15 into days out. Effort fund, not going to put anything in there. Gifts is getting 20. There was £10 already in there, but that £8.99 that I spent in Lidl came out, so I think there's £21 and a penny in there at the moment, but I'll just put the 20 in for now. So that is gifts. Hair, I can actually top this one up fully because I put £25 in, and I know there's £100 in there. That's a round number because that's what I needed. So let's put in 100. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Let's just check I've done that right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yeah, put 100 into hair. It's quite thick, so yeah, that'll be all right. Home gets £15 a month. That doesn't go into my Starling account, actually. That goes into our joint bank account. We put an amount in for bills, mortgage, all of that stuff, and then £15 each a month for cleaning products and toiletries and bits and pieces like that. Sometimes we spend it on a Deliveroo, but I don't track that. You won't see that in my check-in because it comes out of the joint account. I don't look at that as my spending. So actually what I'll probably do as well is I keep a rough track of that, in the sense that I know that we don't spend over that amount, but I don't actually track it. So this will just get emptied every month, and I'll just put £15. That's just a standing order that goes out of my bank anyway. So I'll either just keep £15 in there all the time, or I'll just stuff it each month. We'll just see. We'll see how that goes. Nick isn't getting any money into this. I put aside £20 a month for Nick. We're not big on presents. He tends to just buy what he wants throughout the year. So I put £20 a month in. Then that covers me for his birthday, which is midway through the year. I'll give him £100 then to buy what he wants. And then Christmas, because it's the midway of the year, his birthday, it works out quite nicely that I'll then have the same, a little bit more at Christmas to give him. So this one tends to be for his birthday, so he's not getting anything in there this month. Then the pets wallet, this used to just say, I had an old one from Budget with Ira, and this used to say Coco and Bo. So I made this beforehand, so I'm glad that I don't have to see Coco's name all the time. this will cover mainly Bo. The cats were always my babies, so they were my responsibility. Nick covers the bills and all of that stuff for the dogs, so Dudley and now Wilbur, but Wilbur's with me all the time, so I do buy him treats every now and then because that's what I do. But yeah, pets got £50 this month. That will cut down going forward because there's just Bo now, so I don't need to be buying as much. I haven't spent it all. I know that I have got £7.24 left in that. Bo doesn't actually need anything for the rest of the month. As I said, she's got loads of food left, but I will just keep that in there. I like to overpay that just so I've then got enough for vaccinations, which aren't due until August. So yeah, that's that in there. And then that leaves me with 20, 40, 60, 70 pounds to go into my Christmas binder. So I use this resin binder that I made to stuff for Christmas. So I've not shown you it before, but I have been stuffing all year. I put aside money for Christmas. So yeah, these have all Cash But Cute, of course, challenges within them. And then the other day, let me show you one that I've not written on yet. I made these little spending trackers. I don't actually need them for every single envelope wallet that's in there. Things like Christmas stocking for Nick. I'm not going to track that. But I don't know if you can see, it's got the overlay on it again. Again, I don't know. Let me know if you'd be interested in something like this. I may add it to my list on Etsy, but for now it's just a bit of an experiment to see what it turned out like. But anyway, this one is saving for presents for everyone except Nick, and my goal was £300. Let me move that to the side. So I'm going to stuff £30 in and complete this one. There's 200 in the bank. There's actually 220 something, and I've spent, what have I spent? I spent about 33. Yeah, so that's, yeah, so that adds up. So I'm not going to bother. Shall I bother? Let's put in, do I have another 20? I don't. Do I have a 20? No, I don't have a 20 placeholder, so I won't bother putting that in. But let's colour these little gingerbread men in like that. So that is fully funded, and as I said, I've already started buying a few bits. I've got some presents for my niece and nephew, but that just means that I know that's all done. I've always got money ready by this point in the year, but it feels really good actually to know that, not that you get great deals on Black Friday anymore, but when that comes around, I can use this to buy for people. I did this earlier this year actually and sort of worked out a rough amount. I don't know if I will end up spending all this. I would quite like to get my shopping done and then I can see what I can put elsewhere, because I think I've overstretched myself slightly with the binder. But yeah, that one is done. Oops. My next challenge is the mean one. This is Nick's one, but what I thought I might do is, rather than stuff this one, because regardless I'm going to have that money to give to Nick in December, and realistically I don't need it until, I mean, even Christmas Eve I could go around the shop and take money out from the cash point. So Nick's money, I think I'm just going to swallow it up and have it as the contribution to the Christmas binder each month from now on. So I'm not actually going to stuff him just yet. I'm going to stuff this one, which is, this is for activities. And I did spend quite a lot actually. I spent £56 of it on a wreath making class, which left me with £35 in there. Realistically, I'm not going to get this topped all the way up again. I'd like to, just in case, but I don't think we've got that much planned. Last year, we didn't have Wilbur, and Wilbur's he's not good at being left on his own, so I don't think we're going to be able to do as much as we did before. But I will let's put £10 in there. So I'll take 10 out and put 20 in. And let's put that to the back. I'm going to be so annoyed if you can see my face in all of these whilst I'm doing it. I will colour this in off camera because I can't remember which pens. I think I've used one of the pastel ones and they're rubbish. But I will colour in 2 globes because each one of these is £5 and I will do that off camera. This next one is stocking savings, and this is saving up for Nick's Christmas stocking. Again, I don't think I'll stuff that just yet because I'm not really in any rush to buy his stocking fillers. And if I need a tenner 1 month, that's not going to break the bank for me to just withdraw if I need it sort of as an emergency to get his Christmas stocking done. But again, I'm not likely to do that until December. We've got Oh Christmas Tree next, and that is the one that I want to start going on. What else have I got? So I might just put the remaining 30 into here, or should I do... Yeah, I'm going to put £30 into Oh Christmas Tree. This is for Christmas decorations. Again, I don't think I'm going to spend all of this. We've got so many decorations, but I just want the option. If I go to a garden centre and see a nice decoration, I just want to be able to spend it. I just want to be able to buy it, sorry. So I'm going to put £30 into here. I've made each one of these £2. This will save £50, which is more than enough for someone who already has all of their decorations and has been collecting them for years. But yeah, I'm going to put 30 into there. I'm going to colour them in. So that's that one all done. Pen all over me. Lovely green Christmas trees with a little gold star on the top. There is a lot of ink, so I'm going to leave that to dry before I pop that away. So that's everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. This is the problem when I start with filming. So the first thing I'm going to do after this is put that ring light on charge so this doesn't keep happening, because I can't remember what I said and when. So if you followed, thank you so much. Next week, I will probably just be doing a mini game day with stuffing some challenges into my savings binder for autumn. We've got family staying, so I probably won't be able to do the full setup and check-in and all of that stuff. So a shorter video next week, but then we should be back to normal the week after. So yes, thank you again for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please hit like, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your budget has been going. And please feel free to share this video if you would like to help me make this channel grow. That would be really very much appreciated, and I will see you next time.